Alrighty, and welcome back to the Mother-Daughter Disney podcast. My name is Amanda. I'm here with my lovely mother.
Hi, I'm Janette.
And today we are going to create our perfect Walt Disney World resort. So this was taken from the Disneyville podcast that they did, I think like last year or something like that. So we are going to create a fictional Disney resort to what we would like and ideally would want in a perfect Disney World resort, right? So the main things we're going to be considering are the location / distance to the park and which park. We get to pick 2 modes of transportation. So how do we want to get to the park? The overall theme of the resort. You're going to have a quick service restaurant. What type of quick service? What type of food? What's the theme of the quick service? You'll have a table service restaurant. What type of food again? What's the theme of it? There'll be a gift shop. So where in the resort is the gift shop? What type of gifts do they sell? Any exclusives? You can have a pool at your resort. So what's the theme of the pool? Are there water slides, splash pads, adult only pool, a lap pool? Room type. So ideally, what type of room you would like the best. Then we have the resort layout. So how would you structure the overall layout? So I was thinking kind of like Grand Floridian and Old Key West, like spread out like Grand Floridian and Old Key West, or is it more of a vertical resort like Contemporary or the Riviera, or more contained like at the Boardwalk or the Beach and Yacht Club? And then also some extra magic. What extra magic would you want to have at your resort? So I'm so excited because me and my mom put a lot of thought into this actually.
Oh,
so I'm
could
excited
you imagine
to see.
being able to just
Well, I was thinking too. I'm wondering
resort?
I wonder if ours is going to be similar at all. So I don't know because
I
we don't know
know.
what we picked for each other. So all right, location / distance to the park and which park?
Okay, I like walking to the park.
Yeah.
Okay, I would rather not take transportation if I could walk to the park. So the distance to the park, I mean, if you look at it, like if I looked at what was there already, like if you're referencing it, I would like Boardwalk. Where you could walk a little longer to get to one of the park and then walk a short distance to get to the other park and then have the other transportation, the other 2 types of transportation to get where you have to go. So to me, that would be the perfect. Walking is the perfect thing for me. If I don't have to go wait online and jam myself into some place with other people to get home or get back to the hotel or do whatever, I would like to walk to each park.
So that's, and which park did you pick?
Oh, the Epcot.
Epcot, yeah. So that's what I had to actually. I literally wrote park
I'd be the
Epcot,
closest to Epcot.
and I put similar to where the Boardwalk Resort is. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
see,
close
that was
enough.
because that's my
The
perfect
distance.
location. Right now, that's my perfect location. If you ask me the perfect location, Boardwalk is my perfect
So
location.
what are your 2 modes of transportation?
Oh, the 2 modes would be I like the lake boats, and I think the gondola I would pick over other transportation, like the bus or the monorail. I think because the gondola
Oh, like
keeps
the
on
Skyliner?
moving.
Yeah.
Yes, it just keeps on moving, and it's up high, and you get to see everything when you're around. And the lake, I love the boats. I just love the whole idea
Yeah.
of watching the boats and stuff. So those are my 2 favorites.
So I actually counted walking as a mode of transportation.
Oh, I
in
didn't.
mine,
You
but-
said transportation. Like
No,
I
yeah,
said,
no,
in
that
the
makes
first
sense that
one,
you
I said
picked
I'd
2.
rather
Yeah.
walk.
So
Right.
yeah, I put walking in the monorail. So I
Oh, okay.
I love the classic monorail. Will always
Okay.
love the classic monorail. All right, now to the fun stuff. What is your overall theme?
Okay, well, here's a surprise. I want a tropical theme.
Okay.
Okay. My attitude about this is I wanted so much an Asian tropical theme. It doesn't have to be. I wanted a tropical theme. Could be Florida, could be Hawaii, it could be, Bali, it could be anywhere.
So maybe
I
like
wanted-
Caribbean, Bohemian.
Yes, I wanted a tropical theme because to me, if I had an island theme with this vacation spot being so close to the parks that it's the best of both worlds for me because I could have this tropical vacation and at the same time go into the parks, do
So
all
you're
the
thinking
Disney
like
stuff,
palm trees
and then
and
go
like-
back and feel like I was at a resort somewhere.
Yeah, so you're thinking like palm trees, still.
Yes,
drums.
lots of palm trees, lots of water, lots of waterfalls. I mean, obviously, I have a different vision than what the Polynesian is right now. I have a little bit of a different vision. I've not been to the new building, but
Yeah.
the old one, I have a little different
Well,
vision.
yeah,
of-
that's what I'm saying. The Polynesian is a different from being tropical because Polynesian again is a different type of culture.
Yes,
than,
it's a
like,
different
the
kind of
tropical,
cultural
like the
thing.
Caribbean.
Where
Yeah.
I really just want it to be one of these beautiful like resorts with palm trees and water. It could be Florida, it could be Asia, it could be anywhere. But I want it to be that tropical feel. So when you get back to the hotel, it's like you're staying at a resort in like a Caribbean
Yeah,
beach
no, for sure. I like
kind
that.
of thing.
I think that's really
Yes.
fun. And again, it's not something that Disney currently
Yes.
has.
So surprise, what would I
Yeah.
pick? Okay.
All right, so mine, I have a lightly inspired Mulan themed resort.
Oh, okay.
So similar to how the Disney Wish is themed to Cinderella is what
Yeah.
I put here, but with
Oh, yeah,
Mulan.
Mulan,
So
okay.
I want elegant Chinese decor,
Oh, that would be
stone,
cool.
outdoor hallways with like the coverings.
Yeah.
I want Zen gardens between the different
wow,
buildings and
okay.
ponds between the different buildings. A lot of Chinese flora and fauna, and then a lot of touches of Mulan all throughout, right?
Okay.
So I was thinking maybe like in like the Zen garden, you could have like the little hidden like find the cricket, right? So you can like count all like the little
Oh,
crickets
wow,
for kids
okay.
to find, or like Mushu hiding in the different patterns like on
Uh-huh.
the wall or something. And so my inspiration for this was the Mandarin Oriental Kinmen in Beijing, China. This is a
Okay.
very high-end hotel, 5-star hotel in China. So if you kind of look at that resort, that's sort of what I was thinking. Like in a very classic Chinese architecture and style, but again, very modern and elegant is what I was
Right.
thinking too, because I want this to be like a deluxe resort in my thing. Again, Disney doesn't currently
Well, of
really
course
have.
we're talking deluxe. I mean, if we're gonna,
Yeah.
if we're making our fantasy, let's just be real
Yeah,
here.
everything is
We
deluxe,
want
right?
top deluxe. We want every amenity, everything that you
Yeah.
could possibly think of that you need in a hotel.
Because I'm saying
That's
I
it.
would love an
Yes.
Asian resort, because the Polynesian resort is Polynesia is different from Asia. Right? It's
Yes.
a different type of culture. So that's why I'm saying I'm going more Asian, and I'm doing more specifically
was more
Chinese.
general.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing more specifically
Right.
Chinese. So all right, what is that? Your quick service?
Okay, quick service has to be two of them.
Yeah.
Okay. First quick service, I think a general quick service food is wonderful in a hotel. There are a lot of times when you don't want to go and get these fancy breakfast things, lunch things, dinner things. You want basic food because you're out and about, and you, especially if you're at luxury resorts and your luxury things and you're going out to dinner and you're doing everything. I want a quick service like they have in the hotels right now, but pare them down. Some of these
Well,
recipes.
I sort of had that too. So jump in here. One of the ones I had was I wanted a quick service similar to the Boardwalk Deli at the Boardwalk, but in the resort.
Right, like
'Cause
a
that-
regular, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because that's like a very quick grab and go, but it's all real food. So
Real
you can get
food.
really quick
Hamburgers,
grab
French
and go real
fries,
food.
salads,
Mhm.
pastries,
Without
things,
having to wait.
pizza, good
Yeah.
good pizza, not junky frozen little things. Good pizza. That's what I said. I think that a quick service in a hotel should be a basic thing that you could go down and get a regular breakfast sandwich, not a fancy thing that has 20 million things in it, a nice cup of coffee, and just a basic lunch if you need it. I mean, we went there for when Daddy and I needed some kind of lunch. We went into the one in Contemporary. All the stuff on the board was horrible. It had all these extra things in it. And all we could find was an Italian little hero, which actually turned out to be delicious. They need more of that. My second one is there should be by the adult pool, there should be a pool bar
Yeah.
that has the same food so that you can get that same takeout of burgers, things, pizza, salad, whatever that basic food is at the pool.
Yeah, like basic American food.
Yes.
So that sounds good. All right, so my main quick service is, of course, in a Mulan resort. It's Asian and American food. I would want the quick service to be more Disney themed, I'd say, with more Mulan stuff around it, like maybe like photos of Mulan or something like that.
Okay.
And also like the Mulan themed food. Now, a few years ago, Emirates had this red velvet cake pop with mushu on it. I actually got it and I ate it. So I'm thinking kind of food like that.
Oh, that
So
kind of
not
stuff.
necessarily Asian flavors everywhere, but American flavors with Mulan stuff
Oh,
on
okay.
it.
With your decorations.
Now I put that because not everyone wants to eat taro or like matcha flavored food. So it's like sometimes like especially for our American audience going there, they're not all going to want to eat matcha flavored.
I don't want to eat that stuff.
So it's like, but that's why I love that red velvet cake pop because I'm like, oh, it's not an Asian flavored item, but
Right.
it has the theme of Mulan on it, and I really like that. So I would want like both. Right? I
Both.
want Asian food as well as like American food with like
Food.
again the theming still.
Well,
around
see,
it.
when you asked me about the quick service, that's what got me is that I find that when we go to Disney, I have a hard time. I mean, we go to nice restaurants and eat dinner, but even some of the dinner restaurants in Disney, I have a hard time finding something to eat because they tend to go overboard in trying to make it so different or so exotic that you just can't get a basic meal.
I know sometimes you do just want, especially since you're in America, it's like, well, American food needs to be available.
Yes.
I think,
Yes.
in my personal opinion, just because again, it is America.
Especially if you're spending a whole week.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat all that food all
Now, I
week.
think it's important since it is an international park to have other options of other things, of course. Too. I'm not
Yes.
saying that.
Yes,
but
I'm
I
not
do
saying
think
they
it's
shouldn't.
good to have American food, and that's why it's like, yeah, my quick service, I want Asian and American food. I would say that way you have the options of both. And
Right.
again, I wanted my secondary like coffee shop thing to be like basically what the Boardwalk Deli is at the Boardwalk
Yes.
Resort, something like that. That again, it's just much more grab and go.
Right.
That again, it's just much quicker rather than quick service. Because for quick service, you usually still have to wait a little bit for some of the
Yes,
food.
you still have to wait some of it.
So yeah, and then I also put here too. I said maybe around the room. I was kind of thinking of the quick service that's at All Star Sports. So
Oh,
the
I
quick
don't know.
service that's at All Star Sports. I was thinking kind of that type of room where like maybe around the room there could be hidden mushus and there could be a game of like how many mushus can you
something
find
else.
or something like that.
I've never been there.
So
The one
originally I
other
had
thing
this-
too is I
yeah.
think that whatever quick service it is should have seating.
Oh, yeah, of course, seating.
Seating. So that when you get your quick service, you don't have to go find some place to sit and eat it. That you have some kind of nice seating to sit down and eat it.
All right, let's do our table service. What type of food is at your table service?
I did it for me.
Yeah.
So my thing is a steak place.
Oh, a steakhouse. Fancy
I think
steakhouse.
a beautiful steakhouse.
Yeah.
You know, done in all the like nice colors and lighting and like a tropical Caribbean kind of feel, with steaks and chops and maybe some, some ribs, a little bit of like maybe Marimoto Asian ribs. With all this stuff that comes with the steaks and the chops and the ribs and the delicious desserts and a real high-end, really nice steakhouse, I would like.
No, I think that sounds great. And mine, so again, where my quick service was Asian and American food, my table service is just Asian food. It's just an Asian fusion restaurant. And I said, like Marimoto Asian Disney Springs. And I said, maybe even just as fancy, maybe not as fancy, maybe a little bit more family friendly because it is still like a Disney resort. But again, still a more of like an upscale Asian fusion restaurant. I did initially do just a full-on Chinese restaurant, but I decided I did want it to be Asian fusion. Now I said for breakfast, there would be character dining for the breakfast. So you could meet Mulan.
I didn't even think of breakfast, but yes, a nice breakfast.
So for breakfast, you'd have character dining. Mulan, Mickey, Minnie, and Mushu would be the character dining. And then because we're doing this in February, it's just like the exclusives, like maybe around Valentine's Day and then Lunar New Year, there could be Shang and maybe some of the other like Turning Red characters, something like that could come.
I see that. Okay.
So
yeah, for breakfast, I think the same thing is that I would love a big, beautiful, nice breakfast.
Yeah.
With just decent choices, like, eggs and bacon and, whatever that. When we go like to the Grand Floridian Cafe, you can get avocado toast, you can get lox and bagels, you can get whatever you want. I want like a nice, I know the best buffet breakfast I ever had was St. Thomas. I mean, I got to tell you, it just had a selection of everything. And it was just, I'm looking for that. And the characters, I don't care which characters they are, as long as they're, they come around and they do spend the time. And I know I put a little note here that even in mine, because it's Caribbean and Asian and tropical, I would like those tropical little touches in the menu.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe some tropical flavors. Yeah, for mine, I think even the breakfast would still be like, again, American breakfast, but like also Asian flavors as well.
Something
too,
odd, but the same,
there's a lot of. Yeah, Asians eat a lot very different breakfasts than what Americans eat, so it's pretty drastically different actually. So it's still have to be a little bit more, I think, American based for my breakfast. But that's what I want mine. I want mine to be more Chinese choices, I would say overall. But I do want again some characters to come around, and I put in here too because again we're the overall table service restaurant. That was the breakfast, and then you have dinner. Then overall the decor is again I want lots of wood, a lot of bamboo, orchids, bonsai trees.
Oh yeah,
I put
you
traditional Chinese architecture and furniture. I would say light in color because sometimes Chinese decor can be very dark wood, darkness, but I wanted to be a little bit more lighter in color, much more brighter. So I put like more modern Chinese aesthetics rather than again the classic, which is again much more in the darker, like the dark wood and everything. I kind of wanted to be lighter wood, which actually is more stylistic now in present day China.
Yes.
That again they're leaning more towards that more modern, lighter look, which I like better. So didn't want to be too dark is all. So because again, if you're having breakfast, you don't want to be sitting in this like dark restaurant having breakfast, meeting Mulan, right? So, but all right, so that is our table service. All right, let's go to our gift shop next. What's in your gift shop?
Well, the gift shop to me is just a gift shop. I mean, I think it should have stuff that reflects the resort you're in, so that whatever resort you're in, as if like if you go to the ones now that they always have something that's more there, like kind of feel. I would like Caribbean style things. I would like the whole idea of where you are and the palm trees and the Florida kind of feel and all that stuff. And of course the Disney merchandise. And I have to say that most of the gift shops in the hotels now do that. So that, I mean, as far as a gift shop goes, it should have the feel of the resort. At the same time, it should have all the stuff you need, little things that you need because you've shown up without something that you need. So they would have that little bit of stuff for you. But at the same time, they'd have all the Disney merchandise and then they'd have stuff that just reflected
So I have them. My gift shop would probably be near the lobby. They would sell some Chinese exclusive souvenirs. And I put more specifically, it's kind of how Animal Kingdom Lodge has a lot of art from Africa. I would want the same, but from China.
Yes,
from
that's
Asia
what I mean.
in
Everyone you're in should have stuff that comes from places that you feel like you're visiting.
So all right, let's go to our pool now.
Okay. I think it should have at least 2 pools. They should both be about the same size because usually a lot of times when they have the big gigantic pool, then they tell you they have an adult only, like if you want to go quiet and just relax. Those pools are the tiny little pools someplace else. I think that both pools should be big and they should have family pools. So you should have water slides. You should have all that stuff in the big family pool. There should be activities. There should be all this kind of stuff going on. There should be plenty of chairs, plenty of umbrellas because I'm tired of having to fight for shade. So plenty of chairs, plenty of umbrellas. And the adult-only pool should be something that is very, very relaxing with maybe a waterfall. If you remember the one that used to be at the Hyatt that we used to go to with the big waterfall that used to come. So when you were laying there, you could see the waterfall coming into the pool and all that kind of stuff. Everything has to have aesthetics. Like My idea of relaxing is sitting by the pool, relaxing, and just seeing all the aesthetics. And when I'm looking around, feeling like,
So for my pool, I put it's like so in the movie Mulan bathes in this like lake type of area that kind of has a tree near it. So I would say that's kind of what I want the main pool area to look like, similar to what the movie is with that type of aesthetic around it. And then I have an adult only pool that is more of like the Zen garden aesthetic, I would say. So it'd be like a quiet pool, so there wouldn't really be any sound in this pool either. And then my third area is a splash pad. That's a separate area from the other pools that has like again sort of like how the Alice in Wonderland splash pad at the Grand Floridian kind of looks like.
oh, I just
like
pictured that in the big pool. Okay.
Yeah, so something kind of like that. This like big area
When I
with
say
like lots of
kids should
splash
have
stuff,
stuff
you
to
know,
do.
that have like all the water, you know, and everything. So that's kind of my
Yeah,
my
because I
three
mean, most
areas.
of these, if you're thinking of a Disney resort, even though I'm an adult, you have to realize that people are going to be there with families.
Yeah.
So the pool should have everything those kids need. I mean, when we used to go to the pools, that was part of our vacation. I mean, it was the biggest. We didn't have a pool at home. So for us to go to the hotel and stay at those pools and play in the pools and do whatever had to be done, it was definitely a treat.
All right, so now we are at room type. So what kind of rooms are you putting in your hotel?
Okay. Are we talking about, like, see, I'm spoiled by DVC. So I love a room that has a little bit of a kitchenette. Not that I want to cook. Doesn't have to have a full kitchen like we get. I don't need to cook. I'm on vacation, so I'm not cooking. But I like the idea of having a little refrigerator, having a coffee maker, having all that kind of stuff separate is always nice. So I like that. The hotel room itself, I love the idea of two bathrooms. I love the whole idea that if you're in a hotel room and it's got like even a bathroom, like a suite, my perfect room is a suite. Because then you have a bathroom maybe outside, and then you have the hotel room itself with its own bathroom. Bathroom is my biggest thing, okay? Let's start with the bathroom. The bathroom should have lighting, okay? I hate when I go into a bathroom and the lighting is so bad that you can't even see your makeup in the I have to go outside to do my makeup. So the lighting has to be good. It has to have a well-lit mirror. The new thing is those mirrors with the lights all around the edge. Love those. Okay. It should have a makeup mirror on the wall, not one that's sitting on the counter that's so low that you have to pick it up to use it. One's hanging off the wall. There should be tons of towel hooks because they ask you to not throw your towels on the floor every day, but they don't give you any place to hang them. So that's a definite. Then I think I like the ones that have the double sinks with the shelving underneath because drawers are a waste of time. I'm not emptying my stuff into drawers, but I would like to put my extra little bags and stuff on those shelves. So I like those. Then I also like the fact when they have the toilet and the shower separate with a door so that somebody can be using that while somebody else is out using the sinks. So that's always that. The bedroom should have ample lighting. Very nice, ample, soft lighting. It should have privacy curtains on the windows besides blackout curtains because some of these hotel rooms, they do look out on other hotel rooms. So you have to end up closing your curtains every time you're doing something. But privacy curtains can give you not having to close off the light. They should have a balcony. I hate a hotel room without a balcony. It should have 2 comfortable chairs and at least a table. The bed should be comfortable. They should have extra pillows.
So you went all out for the room.
I
didn't
went
want to
out
have
for
this
the
many
room.
notes for the room.
Ample blankets and sheets and not short sheeted because every time I get into a bed in one of these hotels, the sheets don't come up to my neck. Okay? All right. Then I want a TV with a nice bureau and a place to open up my suitcase. Okay? A closet with hangers and a safe and an iron and an ironing board and well-placed plugs. And the decor should be tropical, all those light tropical colors, the light blues, the light pinks, the light greens, that very soft, very nice, not gaudy, not hokey, just very nice tropical colors and lots of beautiful Disney art.
Yeah, no, I think that sounds great.
Think that's
some of that stuff I kind of had too as well. So first for my decor, I kind of had the elegant Chinese decor. So I had like lantern lights, the Chinese watercolor tapestries, maybe the scenes of Mulan on them. I did want plants in my rooms. Now Disney doesn't normally do plants because they think they get destroyed by the children, but I would love the idea of some fake plants
They're hard
though
to
in
take
my
care
room.
of.
So
you got to hire somebody
I
just to
want
take
plants
care of
though,
the
because every Chinese room you look online all have plants in them. So I would like some plants. So for mine, I would say for the bathroom, I would want it similar to how the cruise ships do the bathroom, where it's 2 fully separate rooms. Now this is very common in Asia anyway, to have 2 fully separate rooms. So you would have a room with the door that would just be the toilet and a sink, and then a room with a door with a shower and a sink, basically.
Oh,
so you
wow,
have
okay.
2 fully separate rooms.
Okay.
And I found that to be way easier to get ready and do certain things like on the cruise ship. And I think that's like the best thing to do.
Yeah.
So I want 2 separate rooms for that. So, and then also I put lots of surfaces to put stuff down. So for instance, in the Contemporary Resort, they have this big, long, I guess like shelf that basically spans almost the entire room, which is really nice because you have so much surface area to
Right,
just put
because you have
items
stuff
down.
you have to get out.
I put another thing is that the beds are high enough to fit your suitcases underneath. I know a lot of families like to do that. So sometimes at
I
the
never even thought
older
of that.
in some of the older resorts, the beds they're still high up, but it's like you're really shoving your suitcase under there to get the suitcase
never
out of the
thought to
way.
shove the
So I'd
suitcase
say
under.
again,
Okay.
like even on the cruise too, that's a big thing. You put your suitcases under the bed,
Because
so
the
all the
rooms are
beds are pretty
small,
high
right.
up. Yeah, so you can hide your suitcase away. Now because we only travel with a few of us, I usually just leave my suitcase out the entire time, and I just like live
Well, that's
out of my
me. I
suitcase.
open it up and
but-
live out of it.
yeah. So those are some of the main things I had to. I do like having the little kitchenette thing, so I definitely would agree with that as well. And then I also like the idea again of having those privacy curtains, because a lot of Disney rooms only have the blackout curtains, and it's
Yeah.
just a little inconvenient. So
Very inconvenient.
I would say too, the other thing I had, this is kind of resort layout room type. I want like different levels of rooms as well too. So for instance, again, like and having more numbers. So for instance, when we stay at Bay Lake, there's only like one standard room in Bay Lake. So my mom can never get the standard room, so we always have to do the lake view
Yes.
room or the pool view room, and it's kind of annoying because it's like, how come there's only like 3 rooms in this entire resort?
Oh, in my
That's
hotel, every
standard
room has a beautiful view.
Okay. Well, I was thinking it's like, well, I think I would want different levels, so that way people want to stay in this resort, they can still get the standard room. And if they want, something else looking over the Zen garden, they can get that too, right? So, and then also I had here as well, it's like, yeah, a lot of the stuff again that you had said as well too. It's just again very, very clean, very bright as well too. I said too, also for the lights is having it be more obvious where the light switches are. So it's like,
God,
I feel like
know.
sometimes you walk in a hotel room, you have no idea how to turn the lights on.
Some
and
of
off,
these
and you're just
lamps, you
wandering
can't
around.
find how to turn
It's
them
so
on.
confusing. And then also the plugs, that was a good one. I forgot
Yes.
about that. The outlets, yeah,
Yes.
having well placed outlets everywhere.
There were
I would
times I've
have-
had to pull things out from behind the
I
night
want lots
tables
of outlets,
to,
lots
to
of
put my
powerful
plugs
outlets,
in.
especially when we want UK and European outlets, of course, too.
Yes.
Will be, amenable
Okay.
to everyone. So yes, we definitely want that too. So, all right, let's get to our resort layout. How would you structure your overall layouts?
Okay, I like the layout of the spread layout,
So
but
more spread out.
the
like,
hotel itself is a building.
so
It's
you want
vertical.
like one tall building and then spread
One
out.
big tall vertical.
So kind of like the Grand Floridian.
Yes, one tall building that has all the rooms in it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's like this air building and that building and that building. I want it all connected to one, and I would love it. Let's say I should write what I wrote here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I like the sprawling layout. It feels more like a resort than just a hotel. Because of my tropical theme, it should be spread with palm trees and flower-lined walkways and all leading to the pools and the extra activities. It should be vertical with all of the rooms containing around a large courtyard like the Grand Floridian, so that even if you're not looking at the outside, you're looking at a courtyard if you're not looking at the lake view or the other view. The lobby should be wide and open with the gift shop to the side and the quick service on the other side, and you should be able to walk and see through it to the pool and all that other stuff, so that when you get there you see that, wow, look at how beautiful that looks with that beautiful pool out there. Like with the Contemporary, now that they took away their desk, when you walk in there you can actually see the pool going
You
out
can,
to
yeah.
the lake. I want it even more opulent than that, with lots of palm trees and all that kind of stuff. And that the pool bar should obviously be off to the side of one of the pools, and that they should all be near the lake, and all the rooms should have views of the lake, the pool, or the courtyard.
Yeah, nice.
So no matter what room you get, it's not that you're saying, oh God, I'm looking at crap when everybody else has these beautiful views. I can't see the pool. I can't see the nice trees or whatever. And in the lobby, there should be a lobby bar, a nice lobby bar with lots of nice seating, so people, when they come back, can sit in the lobby and enjoy a drink and do that.
Yeah, no, I like that. I picked the same type of resort layout too, like the Grand Floridian, where you kind of had the one central building and then all the other buildings kind
Yes.
of around it in the courtyard. I would want each section of the different hotels. So this is kind of how the Polynesian does it, where each building is named after different islands in Polynesia. So each section of the hotel would be named or themed after a different Chinese zodiac animal. So this is also kind of how the cruise ships work too, depending if you're on the forward or the after the ship or the starboard or the port side of the ship as well too. They're the different themes, and it's also for location wise as well, that you kind of know where you
Know
are.
where you're going.
So I sort of had that. It's almost not necessarily in like a perfect circle, but like circle-ish. I would say it doesn't have to be perfect or anything like that. Again, all themed to the different Chinese zodiac characters as well too. So that way, when you're going to your room, you're staying in like the horse-themed room, let's say, right? So it's like maybe there's slightly more horse-themed decor in your area of the resort. I mean, like I was born the year of the rat, so I realized some people maybe don't want the rat-themed area, but
they can
I
make
think
those
the
rats look
rat-themed
really cute. Think of
is the best.
Ratatouille.
Let's not. I was gonna say Ratatouille. It's like, I know Mickey is not a rat; he's a mouse, but still related to the rat. So,
Yes.
but yeah, that's what I want to, because I love the idea of the Chinese zodiac being incorporated into this overall Mulan themed resort. So that was my big thing
I'd
there,
stay
is
at your
having that.
resort.
So, all right, and our last little section is the extra magic. What extra magic would you want
Well,
to have?
what they have now, I guess. I mean, anybody who stays at the hotel, if you have early or late hours that because you're staying at a Disney hotel, I don't need to get in early anymore. My days of that is over. But staying later is always nice when, you know, you're not being pushed out of the park as soon as something happens. I think characters walking around is always great in a hotel. If the character shows up in the lobby or in the, you know, at the pool or whatever every once in a while, I think that's really great. I like the Disney music playing. I think every place you go, even in the hallway, I think there should be very, 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 very light during the day. Not at night when people have to sleep, but during the day, there should be Disney music playing everywhere. And of course, the playground at the pool should be completely Disney.
All right, so for my extra magic first, I would definitely want a spa at mine that could do massages, facials, and a sauna. Okay. I've never actually been to a spa, but I thought it'd be really fun, something elegant, clean, and modern. I would want fitness classes. So no Disney hotel has fitness classes. They do not offer that. They all have gyms, but they don't do fitness classes. So I want people to be able to sign up for like a Pilates class or a hot yoga class, maybe a spin class if they have space, maybe a self-defense class. I thought that would be really cool since Mulan is literally a soldier. But I thought that would be fun to have like some kind of like fitness classes that you could do.
I wouldn't even take a fitness class.
A lot of people are really into working out on their vacations.
I bet you they get a lot of people taking it.
I think they would. I think it'd be really fun actually. And then I definitely want the Chinese Zodiac Garden as well, of course. So again, within one of the Zen gardens, like a garden featuring all 12 animals of the Zodiac with little topiaries and plaques telling the story of how the 12 animals came to be. And I would also want a lot of cultural information around the overall resort too when you're walking around, like for instance how China celebrates the Lunar New Year, other traditions that they observe as well too. I love your idea too of like the characters walking around sometimes. So again, I would want like Mulan,
just
Raya.
Surprise.
Yeah, like Raya, again, the characters from Turning Red is too could like, maybe have
it's funny, there's a Disney commercial where the stormtroopers come out of at the elevator. And I'm saying to myself, if the stormtroopers showed up at a hotel, kids would go crazy. And like I said, if Mulan and Mushu or somebody would show up and walk around and they could actually see these characters every once in a while, it makes it more exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. So that was definitely what I wanted to. But I thought the fitness classes would be really fun because again, Mulan is literally a soldier in the movie. Yes. So it's like, I think we need to have some action.
But the sports-oriented people, yes.
Yeah, and I think it would be fun to do a fitness class in Disney. I mean,
like all those people who you see out in the morning
that's
at
what I'm saying.
6
it's
o'clock
a huge
running
thing.
around the property.
So I think they should. I think fitness classes. I know there's like a lot of liability with fitness classes, but I still think in
my
a perfect
great
world,
thing is when I'm on
fun,
vacation, I figured I'm getting so many steps in that I don't need to do any kind of exercise.
Yeah, all right, that was our last section there for our perfect Walt Disney World
Resort.
I
wish that could happen because I'd like to go
to
your
when I was
hotel
thinking of
and
this,
my hotel.
I was just like, wow, I wish there was like an Asian Mulan themed inspired resort. I think that'd be so cool. So it's like I really like that. But all right, let's just have a few things of Disney news here. The first is that the new Disney fairy tale wedding dresses for the 35th anniversary have been unveiled. One of them literally lights up, which I thought was really cool.
I saw one or two of them. Were beautiful.
So that is really fun. Oh, and then the only other thing I had here, because I realized I did all the news in last week's episode. My bad. So the only other news I have here is that Black Tap Craft Burgers and Shakes are doing a 90-day pop-up in Disney Springs starting on March 2nd. So Black Tap is a very popular bar in New York City that they basically create these crazy shakes and burgers for the most part. They're very popular for the most part. Owns it. Yeah, so it's like my mom's like cousin's husband, like niece. It's like pretty far out, all things considered.
My cousin's niece is owns it.
Yeah. So she's one of the owners of Black Tap. Again, they're doing a 90-day pop-up.
I did a taste testing for it once.
Yeah, so it'll be very interesting when it comes to see if it's successful and if they're trying to find a place to see if they could be successful
so
down
far.
There. So I don't know. So, all right, and that brings us to our final segment of the podcast of Disney Memory. I have to do Disney Memory fast because my laptop is low battery.
No, my Disney Memory is just the fact of when we think about all the hotels we've been to, I think of all the great rooms we've had and some of the complaints that I've had.
All right, I'm not going to do Disney Memory because my laptop is on low battery. I have to go get my charger. So thanks everyone for listening to this week's episode of the podcast. Make sure you give us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or leave a comment down below if you're watching on YouTube. Let us know what would be your perfect Disney World resort. Let us know all the sections that I'll put the sections in the description too. So if you just want to comment on each description, would you stay at either of our resorts in the Caribbean themed resort or the Mulan Asian themed resort? Would love to know as well. But until next time.